Good morning. This is Pierre Laguerre here, your daily motivator, always here to challenge, inspire, and motivate you. So this morning, it's no different on episode 463, as we're looking at different ways to supplement your income. And of course, this is one of the 5 different business models that I want to talk to you about this morning. And I want to be very, very quick here because I want to give you the information and let you go on and do your research so you decide. But before we go on, I do have a gift for you, and it's found at eonthemove.com/best model. And it is my cheat sheet, my small ebook really, which speaks about these 5 different business models and gives you some of the statistics related to them. And of course, which one of them I'm most bullish on and why. Some of you have been downloading it, and I'm glad you have, because you are now getting the truth for yourself. And always, like in anything else, you need to find out what the facts are. And then from there, you can make a decision. So download that free cheat sheet. It's going to give you some great information. But more importantly, it's probably going to confirm what you thought you were planning to do in terms of creating your own side business, to either create side income or to go into full-fledged, full-time business and creating a 6 or 7 figure income with no limits. So today, I want to talk to you about one of the 5 business models. And this one is very important because this one introduces you to really working with more folks. As I covered in episode 462 yesterday, one of the key things that we talked about was consulting. And consulting can be tricky, of course. It's not for everybody. Again, like I shared yesterday, you have to have some skills in that to do it. Well, it's no different from today's. Today's business model, what I want to talk to you about is coaching. And coaching is a big deal, but the funny thing about coaching is you've seen people that are certified life coaches. In business, what matters really is that you're certified by the fact that you've had the experience. And people will come to you because you've had the experience. And really, this is the craze that's going on right now in the world. People want to learn, but they want to learn from folks that have experienced it. It's kind of like reality TV. We want to learn from people who've actually done it. Enough and gone, really, almost gone, I should say, are the days where you're learning something from somebody that's sharing theory with you. You know, for me, I'm sharing this with you, but I'm also coaching clients. I have my own clients that I coach in their businesses. And of course, if you're interested in my coaching, I do have an online course. It's the Business Growth Mastermind, and you can go to eonthemove.com/BG-mastermind. That's BG for Business Growth-mastermind. And I'm coming up with another mastermind shortly, and that mastermind will be available very soon. And it's going to be a lot cheaper to participate, but also it's going to be giving you the opportunity to work with me in a group environment. And what's great about a group is that people, of course, will give you their opinion. You may have a problem that you present, and we're all going to be working on it with you. So that's actually going to be a good thing. But that's something I'm looking forward to launch on very short order. So keep an eye out for that, or really keep your ears, especially since you're listening to my podcast here. So anyway, here we go. When it comes to coaching, what's the most important thing that you can do? Number 1, anybody can be a coach. Did I say that? Yep, anybody can be a coach. What you need is the experience. As long as you've had the experience, even for life coaching, you don't necessarily have to be certified. Certification is really to teach you the process. Certification is really to teach you about having a system. But seriously speaking, if I'm going to look at 2 coaches, I'm going to look for the person that has had the most experience, and more importantly, beyond the experience, the one that's creating a lot more success. And this is where having a system is important, because somebody may be creating a lot of success, but you don't hear about it. And then there's another coach that's not necessarily creating a lot of success, but they've got great marketing and they're posting it all over the place for any single success that they've had. And that's cool, because that's telling you one thing. You don't have to have a lot of success to start attracting people. Anybody can really coach as long as you have the experience, the confidence, and really you have the know-how. You know how to bring people to a specific result. Now, we're talking about supplemental income. you are now doing a full-time job as you're listening to this. And of course, if you have your own business, that's all great. I'm really proud of you because you stepped across the chasm and you've made the transition like I have. But if you are still on the job and you're looking to create that side income and you have a special skill and you want to leverage that skill, coaching may be one of the ways for you to leverage that skill. And you could coach folks in business. And I remember specifically going into different businesses where I had coaches. The beauty of a coach, of course, is that a lot of times coaches end up doing this full time. So warning to you, this may be the antidote to your job. If you want to coach other people, it's eventually going to become a full-time thing because you could easily be charging folks $1,000 a month or thousands of dollars on a yearly basis to coach them. And I do that because at the end of the day, your time is important. Understand now, we talked about two different types of businesses. There's the business where you're exchanging your time for money. Basically, you own a job. And then there's the business where you understand how to leverage your time and money and your marketing and everything else to actually create more money for you. And this is where you can work with royalties and everything else. Now, any business where you're leveraging your time and you are exchanging time for money, nothing stops you from creating a team. And this is key because if you're able to create a team of coaches, guess what? You're making your life a lot easier. And now everybody can come under your umbrella. Think with me. It's like when you go to the barber shop and there are different guys that are cutting hair. And of course, this applies for the ladies as well at the salon. But everybody, you may be their clients, but at the end of the day, their income is shared with that one place. So I just want to give you ideas to leverage what you're doing because a lot of us, because we're coming from the mindset of having a job, so many times we get in business and we end up owning a job, even though the structure says it's a corporation or a limited liability company. So I want you to think outside the box. I want you to really think about how do I create a team? And this is important because even if you're coaching people, and notice I'm not even delving so much into the coaching aspect as much as sharing with you as you are growing and you're building a business, you start with a side income, start thinking about how you can get time freedom. And this is really key because you want to become financially independent, but financial independence is nothing if you don't have the time to enjoy your life. I was speaking to one of my sister-in-laws a few days ago, and she was sharing with me, hey, you know what? I've been doing nursing for a while. And of course, if you're listening, I enjoyed that conversation. And her goal was, look, I'm looking at real estate. I'm looking at e-commerce, one of the different business models that I spoke about on episode 461. Go back and listen to it. It's definitely going to give you some more information. But the thing that I loved about what she was doing is that she was looking for different ways to supplement her income and eventually take the leap, like a lot of us have. And certainly, when let me back up here. When you get to a point where your side income is surpassing your mainline income, your job income, it's time to make a decision. And it's going to be a tough decision. I don't think it's going to be that tough, really. You're going to basically decide, okay, is this thing that I'm doing on the side sustainable? And this is what happens invariably to people in network marketing and other side businesses, for example. They get to a point where what they're doing has surpassed their regular job income, usually 1.5x to 2x. And they know at that point, look, I can let go. I can let go and take the wheel on the side and make that my main vehicle. And this is really what it's about. My focus for you is to help you transition from one vehicle to another. And you may not necessarily want to transition. You may simply want to keep your feet in both cars as long as they're running parallel. Just make sure one of them is not going away from the other, and that can happen if one of them starts growing faster. Usually it's going to be the side income. But my point to you is this, and of course that's a good thing because at that point you'll be forced to make a decision. You'll be forced to become an entrepreneur because you are realizing success. And if you don't make that choice, we have to slap you. Oh, did I say that? No, I'm sorry. We have to shake you and get you back to your good sense and recognize, look, you got a vehicle here that you need to get in and strap yourself in that vehicle and keep moving forward. But anyway, Going back to coaching, what's cool about coaching is that you can coach anybody with your experience. Like I said, if you're interested in my coaching, feel free to jump on eonthemove.com/BG Mastermind. I didn't really get to go deeper into coaching here on this episode, but if you want more information, just download eonthemove.com/best model, the most profitable business model yet. And I'll cover coaching more in depth in there for you. But here's the gotchas. If you're coaching, remember, you're exchanging your time for money. That's why I spent so much time helping you to understand how you can leverage your time regardless of the type of business you go in. So tune in tomorrow. I'm going to talk about the business models where you are now getting royalties and you are now getting quote unquote dividends. And those businesses are the ones that will take you the most time to set up, meaning you have to have a comprehensive system. But more importantly, once they're set up and running, now you can have residual income with them. You can have true passive income to some extent with those businesses. So again, it's Pierre Laguerre, your daily motivator, always looking to challenge, inspire, and motivate you. I hope this has inspired you today to start looking to really delving into that side income. How exactly you're going to do it? I've given you 4 business models so far that you can do to generate supplemental income. I think the first 2 are some of the most important, and people that are touching base with me are jumping in them. But if you have the time and you have the patience, join me tomorrow, because those are going to be so important. Every one of us should be participating, especially seeing it's an industry that's making $353 million a day right now across the world. So it's Pierre Laguerre. I'll catch you on the next episode. Have a great day.